Hi, future pre-AP English 9 students. Today we're going to talk about your summer reading and also your summer assignment. So at this point, you should have received a novel from me, and I should have recorded your book number. So you're responsible for the book that you got. And also, you should have gotten a packet with information about what you're writing in response to the literature. Let's talk about some important information. First off, let's talk about the author. Who is it that you are reading? So this novel, And Then There Were None, was written by author Agatha Christie. She was born in 1890 and she died 1976. And she is, according to the Guinness World Records, the world's best-selling fiction writer with an estimated sales of over 2 billion novels. So many. UNESCO also has listed her as the most translated author in history. The English writer was known for her 66 detective novels and her 14 short story collections. Some of her novels have been actually made into movies as well. So I think that this trend is going to continue. So it's cool for you to read this novel, and we'll see if maybe it's adapted in the future. Novel overview. So this is a best-selling crime novel written by Agatha Christie. It's going to follow the story of 10 strangers who receive an unusual invitation to a solitary mansion, and it's based remotely in Britain. Among the guests, there is an unstable doctor, an anxious businessman, an irresponsible playboy, and a governess with a secret. Cut off from the outside world, the group arrives at its destination only to find that a darkness awaits them. As people start to mysteriously die, the members of the group realize there is a killer among them. Ta, ta, ta. Okay, so what are you doing with the novel after you read it? Let's talk about the assignment details. So everyone should have received a packet that has this as the first page, and this is the information detailing out what you're writing. So for each of the characters, you're going to write a response in which you explain this character's background and personality, as well as his or her final fate in the story. In addition, you're going to describe the personal reactions that you had to each character as you read the novel. How do you feel about each one? What made each one seem suspicious or innocent while you were reading? Each response should be between 6 to 10 sentences long. The last two characters on the list you're writing together as one paragraph, both Thomas and Ethel Rogers. So you'll have 9 paragraphs that you're typing, and each of those 9 paragraphs will be, again, 6 to 10 sentences. And it will be in MLA format, which we'll talk about here in one moment. So let's talk about some helpful tips. Since you're writing about your interactions and your feelings and your thoughts about each of the characters while reading, I would suggest making a reading log so that as you're reading, you can make little notations about how you're feeling about each of the characters, and if you're thinking that something is suspicious or if you're thinking that a character is probably innocent of the crime. That way, when you get to the very end of the novel, you don't have to go back and try and think about, oh, wait, what did I think about Emily at the beginning of the novel? You can just open up the reading log, and then all of that is listed and recorded there. It also would be cool to use this to record specific page numbers as you're reading. So if something particularly interesting happens on page 86, then you can jot down what it was that happened on that page so that you can find it quicker later on. So my suggestion, taking a look over here, I would make a graphic organizer that has a box for each of the characters. And again, you're chunking Thomas and Ethel there. And then you can just keep going back to this and recording things about the characters as they develop throughout the novel. That's my suggestion. You don't have to use it, but I think it would make your life easier when you go to write your paper. Okay, MLA formatting. Times New Roman, 12-point font, double spaced. There's specific formatting that you need to do. So we've done it before in rotation class for Writer's Workshop. We did it with our personal memoir. We did it with our research. We did it with our works cited we constructed. There's a lot of experiences that you've had with me setting that up. But if you forget how to set up a Google Doc in MLA format, you can always visit my YouTube channel, and I have a specific video just on that. It looks like this. So feel free to use this link here, or you can scan this QR code right now. You can pause the video, scan it, and that will take you to the video as well to help you set it up in MLA. The last thing I want to talk about with you is the plagiarism policy. So at the high school, they are using an extension, a plugin to Canvas, which is called Turnitin. And with Turnitin, it will scan your paper and compare it against every other student submission. And that's not just student submissions from this year, which of course it is, but it's also prior submissions for students from the past. So what you don't want to do is collaborate with a friend and have a lot of similarities in your paper because it's going to be flagged. This is, to be clear, an independent project that you're doing. You are not consulting with other peers, and you're not collaborating with other peers. Everything that you're writing should be coming from your own brain. So if you are caught plagiarizing with the summer assignment, it will turn to a 0. You will not get credit for it. You will not be able to make that up, and you will also be assigned a detention in accordance with the district's policy on academic integrity. So the last page of the packet that was given to you has additional information about that. If you want to review that, you have that there. Okay, so that's everything I have for you. If you have any questions, feel free to send us an email, and I hope you have fun reading some really good Agatha Christie, And Then There Were None. Ta, ta, ta. Happy reading. Bye.